Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you tuning in once again.
All right, give me that damn thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again, just like Bob said. So today's video, we got a little crew here today. So we're gonna do is what are we calling this? We're gonna call it like some questions and answers with a modeler. So
Round table with friends.
Round table with friends. There we go. That's how we're gonna do this, and just something new. Something we're just gonna throw out there and have a little fun with it and see what comes out and see how we'll run with that. So we're going to go through and ask some questions with everybody. We'll do some introductory and see who's who and what they do and all that kind of fun stuff and why we're here. So we'll spin this around and introduce you to everybody, and we'll run with that.
Hi guys, I'm Craig. I'm from Spring Grove, Illinois.
I'm the other Craig. Oh, hi Bob. From Ingleside, Illinois.
Paul from Styrene Relics.
Phil from Horton's Hot Rods.
I can't see if you're on the camera or not. So.
And I'm Tony.
All right, guys, so we're going to do some questions and answers here, and we'll see how this turns out. And we're just going to do a question and everybody's going to answer the same question. We're just going to go round and round and see how it turns out. So I'll have Tony do some question reading, and I'll be the first. I'll start with the first one. So go ahead, Tony. Shoot away. See what you got.
How many kits do you have on your shelf of shame? In other words, how many unfinished projects are currently sitting on your shelf?
I need some sunglasses for this one. Well, I currently have probably 20 kits sitting amongst us. Maybe more. I'm going to say it might be more because I really don't know, because there's a lot of shameful kits out there that I'm just and I have a lot of kits over here on the cabinet that they don't usually go anywhere because they're like, looks like I built them when I was 5. So, most of them anyways. But yeah, that's I got probably a good 20 plus, I'd say, in boxes. That's what I have here. Craig, what about you?
I got at least 50, and I made the mistake of when I would get a new kit for years, I would sit there and take everything off the sprue and just put it in a bag instead of just leaving it on the sprue. So at least 50.
I would say I probably got 20 to 30.
20 to 30?
Yeah. Either they're kits that I started and lost interest, or kits that I picked up that were already started and I thought I'd have interest. But yeah, 20 to 30, I'd say.
That's a fair number.
Wow, I really thought
He's the reason we put this question in here, by the way.
But
Just wanted to throw that in there.
Seriously, I thought I was going to be the big one here. I'm at 20 to 30 as well. I truly am. Now, I have a bunch that from years ago that I'm not going to count because they were just stuff that I bought on the
Now,
way.
you right-handing this? Like, I swear to oh God.
I swear on my right hand.
Your other right.
I'm going to say 20 to 30 of recent builds, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing pretty good.
Good for you. Phil?
Probably 40, 50.
Oh.
I have tons of kits that have been started.
You do have
just
a lot
stuck
of
back
stuff
in
at your place,
boxes.
just boxed up. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff there. So 40 to 50 kits.
He's got a lot of kits, though.
He does have a lot of kits.
Oh,
And that's like his own, he's got his own
hobby
store.
shop.
He
it's
has his own hobby store.
Yeah, he does. And Tony.
I know you guys aren't going to believe me, but actually I don't have any. I start a kit and finish it. I don't like them sitting around. Well, it might take me a little while to finish one, but it stays out until it's finished.
Get a channel.
Get a channel.
You're the youngest of the group.
Is that a hint? Don't do this?
So since we're still talking about the shelf of shame, I want to back that up. This is, why do you guys have so many? What squirreled you away from that kit?
So the squirrel from that kit, why? Okay, so this usually becomes a problem with finish. So for me, when I build a model, I normally start with the body. I finish it first. So that will also determine on how I want to build it. Is this going to come out as a really nice kit? Like, I can take this to the show, or it's like, it's going to go in that cabinet up there that you're probably never going to see. So that's usually how I start out. It depends. If it's going to be a shame kit, is how the body work comes out for me. Because I start with the paint work. That determines on the rest of the build. So, yeah, that's my answer on that one.
My problem is I run into some problem and I just get frustrated. And then I decide, okay, to heck with it. Instead of destroying the kit, I go on to some other kit and start working on that, and then I'll get frustrated with that. It just I guess you could say I've got modeler's ADD.
My problem is they keep putting out new kits, and then I want to buy one, and then I forget that I had one started already. And
So
I
that
start
takes
on the
top
next one.
priority then.
Oh, the new kit, yeah.
Yeah, that takes top priority.
Or somebody challenges me to something, or we get into a buddy build, or I try to do something for a show to catch up. Yeah. There's proof of it on the desk right behind him. But yeah, that's usually what throws me off track.
Oh, I love it.
Let's see. I've got, my problem is the squirrel syndrome. I truly believe that. I can get
Do you have
started.
windows in your room?
Yes.
Bingo.
my thing
As you
is,
can see, there's no windows in here, but I still have.
I do it. I'm very stupid on research. Okay, that's my hang up, I guess. I'll get on the internet and I'll start researching plumbing on an engine or whatever, and colors.
And next thing you're looking at how to put a furnace in.
And then the next thing you know, instead of looking at a funny car, I'm looking at a full-blown custom, So I'm thinking, wait a minute, I've got one of these kits over here. If I start cutting on it, so, that's one of my biggest problems, I guess, is I lose focus on what I'm doing initially. I'll get sidetracked and I want to get started on something else. And then secondly, I think is going to, and it's going to be hard to believe, is boredom. I'll get started on a kit and I'll get bored on it. And how can you possibly get started on a kit that you just couldn't wait to get started on,
Well, because
But it can
sometimes it
happen.
doesn't turn out what you think it's going to be, or it's not what you're
Yeah.
expecting as you work on it.
It's I've got one that I'll go along with that to a point. I've got a 57 Del Rey 57, right? Because I do it every time I say 56. That 57 Del Rey wagon. I got one that's a custom. It's lowered down. It's got bubble skirts on it. I want to put a tonneau cover in the back and all this. Thing is coming along great. I'm at that critical point now where if I stop where I'm at and start giving way, it's going to start being less of a kit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where I just boxed
Takes the
it up
interest out
and I put it away, and I need to get that kit back out because it's right there. It's not a whole lot more to get it finished. I know.
Nice. Phil.
For me, it comes back to you're sitting in the room with all your models around you, and you look up and see something else you just want to build, and it's like, I'm going to build that.
Yeah, I'm going to put this way, and I'm going to start that out
Yep.
right now.
This one goes in
I
the
have to be
box,
honest with you, I do that a lot myself too. So I mean, that's something I get into all the time.
and then you forget you started one, and then you get another one out after that one. So
And that becomes the box of shames again. Mr. Lancer.
Again, I don't build a lot at the same time. I obviously I have the frustrations and get angry. I get frustrated with a build and would like to start over or would like to put it in the box to finish, but I don't. It bothers me more to have something sitting on the shelf unfinished. So I'll power through and leave the bad paint, leave the imperfection in it, and just throw it. And I have a shelf too that nobody sees, and I would just throw it in there and go get another one to start over. So I don't like rebuilders. I would just as soon start over with a fresh kit.
All right, what do you got, Tony?
This will be out
Okay,
this
so the
afternoon.
next question
It'll
is,
be out this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, depends how long we're here for. So.
the next question is box stock, custom, 3D parts or no, and research. So I think we should just kind of put all this together. So do you prefer to build box stock or custom? How much research do you do, and do you use 3D parts or no?
Okay, so I would go. I'm a box stock builder, which a lot of you guys know that. I love box stock. Box stock to me is the. I like to. As I was telling these guys, I like to be called like a production builder. I like to build like one a month, maybe a month and a half, and just I'm done with it because that's like Paul was saying. Sometimes I'll get bored with it, or it doesn't go right, and I want to shelf it. So I'd like to let's wrap this up and get it done. What was the other part of the question? My short
How much
term
research
is
do you do,
kicking.
and do you like to use 3D parts?
Research. Okay, so research. I research every one of my builds. Especially if I'm trying to do a 1-to-1 mock-up or something getting close. Interior especially. I always like to research interior. Like, did it have, different colors in the seats? Is the door, especially door panels, is another big thing. Did it have carpet here? Was there a chrome strip on this? Did it have door panels? I mean, I don't know. Just going around and around. But and I always like to look for colors. A lot of times, obviously, it's your modeling, build it how you want, but there's a lot of times if I want to try to get something that's a replica, I'll definitely look it up color wise and kind of go from there. 3D parts, yes, I do a lot of 3D parts. Basically, certain things I don't go all full custom. Like, I mean, some of you guys out there just like unbelievable, which that's awesome for you guys, but that, to me, that steals the hobby from my life. So that's too much for me. But I like a lot of 3D parts, but some 3D parts can be challenging to put in, let's put it that way. So it's just that's kind of a fine area on that one.
I'm more of a stock or a day two guy, and as far as research, I'll look at engines, the colors of engines, and how they got their spark plugs wired, where the fuel lines come in, things like that. But mostly stock and day two.
Thanks. Bob?
I was back stock. Then I started doing the day two. Then I started doing the 3D add-ons. And now I'm getting kind of trying to get persuaded into doing like a full-blown custom, cut it up and glue it back together, because it is only plastic, I've been told. Tim.
No name drops, but
I'm sorry, I didn't put the last name, but
Oh, you're good. You're good. You know who you are.
yeah. But no, mostly I'm trying to stay. I used to always just try to build what's on the cover,
Right.
of the box. I thought that's awesome artwork. I want to do it.
I've done that before. I've done a box color challenge. Not really challenge, but I'm going to build just like the box.
Yeah, well, like my other plow truck, you look at the box, you look at that plow truck, you think I just pulled it off the cover and set it there. I mean, it's the same color, same everything. So,
Yeah.
but
Let's say with your Chevelle.
yeah, my Chevelle, a couple of them I have that, and my Cutlass, the green 71. Yeah, those are all just. I looked at the box. The box is cool. I'm going to do it that way. Like that new Shelby we both got now. I want to do that. I'm trying to figure out how to get that orange to look like that. But other than that, yeah, that's about it. I will experiment. I'll dabble into it, but that's the one that usually ends up in the box of shame and sitting on the shelf for a little while.
Love it.
Oh boy. Well, what are we doing? Box stock or
Box stock?
Yeah.
Box stock or stock? How much research do you box stock or custom? Excuse me. How much research, and you like to use 3D?
I guess I started out years ago, a lot of custom. I was cutting stuff up, bodies up, Johan kits that I should never have cut.
Why? It's plastic.
Yeah. Back then, I was.
Well, the thing is, when you went to the store,
They were
Johans they were half and half.
Yeah.
Johans and A&Ts and mine.
Yeah, so I've taken
So you cut one up and just go get another one for $2 or whatever,
Chrysler.
It might have been 50 cents.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I remember taking
So be careful.
I've
I'm the
taken
old one here, guys.
Rock and a paper clip.
yeah, I've taken old Chrysler 300s and cut the fins off and put on 54 Chevys,
Nice.
and the cool taillight, and everything went with it. I've cut that stuff up, and now I'm looking back and I'm thinking, God, I wish I hadn't done that. But
Right.
don't get me wrong, I still love cutting stuff up, and I still love doing that. I haven't done that in a while. Been kind of thinking about doing it again, but right now I really like doing pretty much box stock and box stock with plumbed engines is what I'd like to do.
Okay.
So
more detail to it.
Well, yes, and why I say that is I want to get back into building the funny cars and the dragsters more. because the engines are exposed.
Right.
So
Right. That's where we can detail engine. See, that's one thing I have to say. I don't like detailing engine, and it just sits under a hood,
yeah,
and you can't see it.
that's the whole
I have a
thing.
couple builds on that shelf behind you where the engine's super detailed,
Yeah,
but I don't take it to shows. The hood never comes
Right.
out, so it was just a big.
yeah.
And I forget about it until I pull the model down and look at it. I'm like, oh man, I forgot I detailed this.
In the past, I have run fuel lines and brake lines, and it's exactly what you say. If the car is just sitting there, no one's going to see it. If you
Right.
take it to a show, really, no one's going to see it.
Right.
You know,
Unless you point it out.
I'm not knocking it. I think it's great. I'm just, my eyesight's not there as it was, and I enjoy it to the point where I want to try and do that where it's going to be seen.
And where you can see it.
So I can see it. And having said just that, I've been buying more 1/16 stuff for that reason.
There you go.
Now, as far as the 3D stuff, printed stuff, I'm starting to buy more and more of that. Have I used it yet? Not really, not yet, and that's my own fault. So
Right.
I think I'm going to look at more and more 3D engines and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they have a lot in 1/16 scale for 3D though?
Well, here's the thing with a
I
3D
don't-
file, you can buy it as like if you're
Yeah.
printing them, you can buy the file and you can make it any size you want.
You
Right.
scale it up.
You
or
just
scale
So
it
it's just
down.
for
Yeah.
the person
Yeah.
who is
Yeah,
technically,
you can take it and just scale.
technologically challenged, which is like I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he can buy it any scale he wants. You know,
Right.
Most of those are pretty.
I'm not
readily
collecting
available.
anything 1/16 other than kits right
Okay.
now. I still got enough. I can still
a
see
squirrel and
enough.
a picture.
I could, yeah. So I'm still building 125th, but I know it's coming up fast. So I'm thinking I'm gonna
Right.
get it while they're getting good.
All right, Phil.
I'm more the custom builder.
You are the custom
He
builder.
is.
Scratch build,
He is the custom master.
crazier the better. Resin stuff, 3D print, I love it all. I don't do a lot of the engine wiring unless it's something, a car from like my past or something.
Right.
Then I'll try getting into all that.
Well, I mean, I know you build a lot of cool off the wall stuff because just like yesterday at the model show, like where do we put this stuff? Like I don't know.
Really, who builds a man lift? I mean, he just sits here and he's
Phil
like,
builds a man.
I can do this.
I missed
You know,
that.
like, oh yeah,
It's
he
pretty
just-
cool looking.
It was really cool, and he took a fire truck and made a bus out of it.
And tour
Man.
bus.
That's unbelievable. I mean, it looks so damn cool.
What kind of putty do you use?
Everything from the red putty from automotive to Tammy and all them now. I'm starting to use more of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I use a lot of the 3M spot putty. That's
I
what I
am
like.
Okay.
too, yeah.
We got it.
Because it dries quick.
I
and
use a thing. It's
easy
called
sand.
icing. It's like really super fine Bondo. You mix it just like Bondo,
Okay,
but it hardens nice and it sands beautiful.
nice.
It's a little pricey, but you can get it on Amazon. It's
Right.
But if you get it, it's gonna last forever.
it's like a quart. I mean, it's a tube just about this tall, about that big around, and it works great. I use it a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I use spot putty for a lot of my stuff. And, the thing is, it dries quick. I can put it in dehydrator, it dries pretty fast.
You don't have any trouble with that cracking though, because
Not as long as you don't go thick with it.
Yeah,
If you're
okay,
trying
yeah.
to make a panel with it, you crack
So
city.
let me ask you, what do you do about a sinkhole? I mean, are you using
A
that
sinkhole,
on
I use that
sinkhole?
on a sinkhole. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I
most of your sinkholes are pretty small.
I use
you
it
know,
with
Most
my
of
buddy.
them. Yeah.
Most of them, yes.
Yeah.
Now, if it's thick, I might have to sand it and reapply.
Yeah, that's what
But
I was
now
gonna
we're
say.
getting
You're
into
gonna have
time
to do it.
consuming, yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes me want to put it back in the box and
That's
start-
what I'm getting at. Exactly. Exactly. And then next thing you know, that dang thing's sitting in a box on the shelf.
When he runs out of that spot putty thing, which last time I saw it, it looked like it was pretty.
It's
Pretty
pretty
squeezed
empty,
out.
so I don't even know what I did with it. So
But,
I
yeah,
probably used it all up.
That 3M Bondo putty is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. So
I'm box stock. I don't like to custom build much. I will use 3D parts. I like to stance it out. Somebody said a box stock or day 2. Yeah, box stock custom. Plus, that's me. I like to stance it out. An engine is cool, but mine sit. You see the driver's side. That's all you see. So sometimes I've done wiring, but no, not on a basis, not on a regular basis. I don't care for it. Again, it just it puts too much time into it, and sometimes if it takes the fun out of it for me, I'm not looking forward to it. I like to. Craig said a production builder, you know, one a month or so. Sounds about accurate, about right. I like to build them and get done and move on to the next one, so boredom doesn't set in.
Right.
So research, I've done a little bit of research. Obviously, if I'm trying to replicate something, I like to look at pictures. Have I looked at pictures and still messed up? Yep. So, you know, I build for me, so that's what I like to do. As you guys have been talking, I've been scribbling down more questions. So, somebody brought up something. You said the word box art.
Box art? Yes, box art.
Yes.
Does box art play a part in what you buy, what you build?
Yes, absolutely. If I think the box art is amazing. Okay, so the new Pro Touring Comet.
Yes.
I think we all bought that kit because of the way the box art looks. So Sven
100%.
that built that, did the box art. Great job on that, man. A lot of the Sven that did that. So a lot of the Mobius kits, I buy a lot of that stuff because of the way the box looks. I mean, the box, because that's what sells the kit. Other than if it's something I know that I want.
So not to interrupt real quick, but another question that I wrote down while everybody was talking is, what is your favorite brand to build?
Ooh. So one of my favorite brands, this is kind of out there a little bit. I don't do a lot of them, but I like Aoshima. I think they go together amazing. I have yet built a Tamiya kit. I know that's like out there, but
You got a drill.
Wow.
That's right. I do have a drill. I have a Tamiya drill. I don't know where it's at. We did a massive cleanup so we can move everything around so we can fit everybody in here because usually it's pretty wild looking here. But yeah, it's all in there. We shoved it all outside, and it's what -4 out today, so it's pretty epic. Yeah, it's welcome to the the Great White North. So. But anyways, Aoshima kits, I think those, for me, as of right now, because I've not done a, Tamiya kit, I think those go really well. And other than that, my other favorite kits are Monogram / Revell. AMT, I'd say, is probably more on my bottom of the list, but if I'm looking for a model, I don't per se look at the brand first. I'd like to see what it is first, and then I'll if said company made this and this company made this, I'll probably go with the higher company that made the same model. Just depends on what kind of build I'm looking at. So that's kind of my take on it. Quig?
Well, I'm the old guy here, and back in the day, the AMT was the big thing, and then Johan. Now I think Revell has really taken over for myself. I don't think I've got that many Japanese brand kits. I have not built any trumpeter kits yet, so I really don't know.
Trumpeter's another good kit.
I really don't know. I know Mobius and Day 2 are picking up some of the old AMT kits in that, but I used to love the Johan, especially their 442 kits, because boy, they detailed that engine so beautifully. So that's where I am. There you go.
Just came to you.
There it is. So there's my Bondo spot putty like we were talking about. Mine is so old, it's the old packaging, because now I think you buy this, it's red.
It's red.
It's actually bright red.
Yeah.
So this is probably 25, 30 years old. And it's getting to where I have to work on it to get it out. So as you can see, it's got the toothpaste thing going on.
Is that a
One
two-part?
more time. No, this is just
straight out of the can.
straight out of the tube. And it's like
Okay.
about the color of the packaging. And
So it doesn't have.
But
It's
the
got the
nice
art.
thing is there's been enough used in it that you could work it.
Yes,
because
I
that
could
way
still-
all the liquid's not
It's gone.
yeah.
There's
So
nothing worse than squeezing that on
and
your
getting
I
nothing
can
but
massage
water.
it a little bit and make it like,
Yeah.
It's got the hardener in it already in that.
This doesn't require hardener. So this is an actual like Bondo, that they call it glazing and spot putty.
Okay.
So
Is it sand easy?
very easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glazing and spot putty. So the stuff works good. But it's now red.
He's throwing that thing.
Careful there. So what was the question again? Now what gets?
Does box art play a part in what you buy, build, and what is your favorite brand to buy, build?
Well, yeah, box art really draws my eye. Right off the bat. If it looks cool on the box, it's gonna look cool on the shelf. If you can do it. There's some of them I don't. AI or whatever they're generating these things now with on the covers really throws you off. But like the color, Craig and I were talking about a model about a month ago, a Mustang that this came out from AMT, and the box art is gorgeous. I mean, you open it up,
This one right here.
it looks like an orange that's been sitting on the counter for about a month and a half. It's this really pale yellow, orangish color. It's nasty. But they're a good kit. I mean, it's an AMT kit, but it's still a good kit. It goes together real nice. But right now, I've been hitting the Revels and the Mobius kits mostly. I do have a shameful stack of. Let me get that out of the camera in case some wife watches. Of my Tamiya kits. I really want to get into some of those because, from what I've been told, they go together. You, like I say, throw the glue in the box and the paint and shake it and come out a model.
And dump it out. Yeah.
But I've yet to try that. I might.
I have a pile of them here. I just have not been.
I have a pile of them too. I just haven't gotten motivated
I
yet.
probably got 10 Tamiya kits here, which is not a lot compared to some, but that's what I have here. But I have not yet endeavored.
I say I got to think the Mobius kits though are right at the top of my to-do list. They just go together so nice. They're not flashy. Sure, they got a little warp issue sometimes, or something, but that's fixable.
Let's see. I'm a Revell guy. I like the Revels again because I'm usually building race cars and stuff. So I like the Revels. I will even, glad everybody's sitting down. Some of the old MPC funny cars.
I like MPC.
All right,
I like MPCs.
they get a bad rap, but man, they did put out some good stuff. You just gotta look for
most
one.
parts challenging or
Yes.
something. I like them. I like MPCs.
My Achilles heel is the Tamiya. All right, I'm like you. I've got a bunch of them, and the one that sticks out in my mind the most is that I do a lot of the 24-hour. I don't do them. I buy them. Okay, the 24-hour Le Mans and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That clear cutaway view of the
clear body kit.
Well, no, it's not the kit. It's just on the cover. We're talking cover. All right, of that. What is it? The Cadillac. One that's you're looking right through the body.
You got the Mercedes.
Mercedes, that's it. I keep wanting to say Cadillac. It's the Mercedes.
SL500.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I own that. Okay, and I keep and that's the only reason I bought that is because of the box art. So there you go. Yeah, it plays a factor.
Big time.
Yeah.
Phil, what about you?
Yeah, box art plays a big factor.
Yeah.
As far as favorite kits, probably AMT.
AMT. You have a lot of AMTs.
I'm getting more towards buying Revell and stuff because they do go together really nice.
Well, the thing is, AMT has a big selection. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been around
Yeah.
for so long.
And
There's just so many of them out there.
it's stuff from childhood too. since
Exactly.
got-
I do buy a lot of childhood builds, but a lot of them I have not opened yet. And, everybody complains about sometimes round two, but you know what? If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a lot of these kits.
The other problem with the box art is a different box art comes out and I gotta have it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Well, just like this Mustang we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank God for round 2 and their awesome models and sponsorships.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, and it's really cool. And I'm going to throw a name out. Tim from Throttle Power. He's been doing that. My childhood stuff, builds and stuff. Spot on, man. I love watching his stuff when he does that.
Yeah,
That I love doing it. I think everybody ought to do that.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
Well, there's
'Cause
something
everybody's
for
got
you to
different
follow
things.
in what he's got going right now. Finish.
Oh, don't even start that. I hate you, Tim, for that. Yes, I know, and I need to finish about 20 to 30 of them.
February's only got 28 days.
I know.
It's get warmer pretty quick.
I know, and I keep thinking I need to do that, but no, I don't.
Sorry.
Love you, Tim.
Box art definitely plays a role in what I buy, and I built box art. You replicate the box and stuff. That's always fun. But for me, the box art has to be. I like it to be the model, and what I mean by that is like this. This is an actual picture of the model, and that's what I like about the models. My favorite brand to buy is this one right here. This box art, this gray box with the black line. That's my favorite one because this one takes me back to when I was a kid. Growing up a few blocks away from Kmart, this is what they carried, and these are the ones I saw as a kid.
Blue light special.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Love me some blue light special. My favorite models to buy, to build, are now the Mobius kits and the Tamiya kits. I think they go together very, very great. Just super. And if it's not them, it's going to be Revell. I'm a Revell guy through and through. But the Mobius kits, especially, they're Ford trucks. And, I mean, who doesn't like to build a Ford truck, right? So that's what I like.
If it's not the black line, then it's the year kit where they got the year out up in the corner.
I actually like where it's the AMT Ertl.
Yes,
Those kits are nice.
Yes. But you know what I'm
those are
talking about.
quality
They got
models.
the year.
Tony, what do you mean a black
build.
line?
It's right
On the
right
box.
behind the car.
They're called, I think, year kits.
See on the
or
where it
something
says
like
on the right there.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of those older.
that. That's
Like that?
70.
See, that's also an
that?
AMT Ertl kit.
No,
Which one?
it
I
has
don't
the
like
annuals.
Right. I don't like that box art.
I don't like that one.
But that's what I mean by when it's the
Oh,
it's
yeah,
art,
yeah, the
art,
77,
it's
like
the
the
retro box art.
Yeah.
I don't like none of that stuff.
Yeah, no,
But because that's not what I saw in the stores.
Right.
A lot of you guys are a little bit older than I am, and that's what you've seen in the stores, and that's great. This is what I saw in the stores.
Right.
So for me, this is what
Yeah.
brings me to it.
Yeah, kind of like that when he's
But
showing.
it showed a picture of the model itself, and then it had 68 or 69.
Yeah, because I got some of those Chargers or the shoot, what is that?
The Olden pallets are a good one for that. 'Cause
Yeah.
They had the year before, and then the highlighted year was the actual year of it. And they kind of called them annuals. And it showed 3 or 4 years, and then it would have the year of the car and a picture of the model on the box.
No, that's not 120. No,
That's one of
that's,
the newer
that's the
ones.
newer one.
You're talking like with the retro stuff on it though, right?
Yeah, that's the
retro.
newer stuff.
Because I got some of the AMT ones, like the, not the Talladega, but the Ford Trinos, like the '69 Trino, it's got the retro box art on it.
Okay.
It's the orange Trino on the front.
Right.
Yeah.
That one's there. I got a few of those here. I don't know where all the stuff's. Everything's all stashed away somewhere. So, mock-up and prep.
You know, talk about your mock-up technique and your paint procedure technique. I don't know. How do you want to do it?
Okay, so mock-up. So I guess we can start with this. Like, you open up the box. What do? You want to go kind of that route? Like, I know we had.
What's your
procedure on building? Yes, what's your starting? Let's run with that. So my start procedure, I take it out of the box. I like to go over and remove flash. That's my first thing. Get flash out some mold lines. I'll sand it. I use sanding sticks, or sometimes I'll use paper. It depends on the mold line, where it's at, and how thick it is, or whatever. And then I'll take it in and wash it. I wash all my models. I know it's a big wash or don't wash. It takes 10 seconds to wash it. It takes the problem, the headache out of it. I've had so many things fisheye on me over the years, and it's just quicker to just go in and throw some soap on it, and I don't care what soap it is. I use whatever the wife's got in the house, Palm Olive, whatever it is. Just wash it, be done with it. Other than that,
Look at his hands. They're worse than mine.
well, I don't wash my hands with it. But
Don't work anymore. So
yeah, you guys see my videos like, oh, what's wrong with your hands?
he just got out of work.
What's that?
All you retired people in
You know how
here.
you can tell when a mechanic had a date? One finger clean.
I might have to edit.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be edited.
Come on, Tony.
It's a family channel here.
We'll try the other question. What's the question?
I don't know. What are you
Squirrel.
talking about? Just talk about your mock-up procedure, how you start the model.
Okay, yeah. So other than that, we had to do some editing there because we got sidetracked. So, so other than that, I'll take it in, and then after that, I'll go through a primer stage, and then I'll go back through and recheck some of this. Because once you primer a model, that'll just pull out all the little imperfections, especially with gray. And it'll pull out. If you do white, it's sometimes kind of hidden, but gray really pops everything for you. And you're like, wow, I didn't see that. And I'll go back through and start with that. And then we'd start all over. So then reprime, and then I start the build process from there. So that's kind of my beginning and how I do something once I take it out of the box. Prep work is a lot of it. So
You know, one of the things that I've learned just recently, you know, I've been building for, gosh, I can't tell you how long. I don't think I've ever really done a mock-up on a model.
How'd that go, Bob?
Hammer and chisel.
Yes.
Stone.
Yes. But I don't think I've ever done a mock-up. But recently I'm hearing about everybody that's doing these mock-ups.
What models look like before the invention of the wheel?
Yes.
They were wood.
The Flintstones. But I've just really gotten into that just recently. But I agree with what you're saying. Is I check the flash, and maybe I'll start with the suspension, or maybe with the engine, and I'll get that all together, and I'll make sure there's no seams on that when I've done that, and get that ready. Let's say for painting. And that's what I'm saying. I think a mock-up is a big part of it. I just need to do a better job of that. Or the rear end. You know, I'm working with the shocks. I like having different color shocks. You know, blue and yellow, sometimes white. You know, because that was big back
back in the day.
Back when I was
We all
shocks
like a good looking rear end, don't we?
Yes.
More editing.
You know, the Monroe. You know,
I was going to say something. I was gonna stop there.
or the Gabriel hijackers, or
I got a hijacker sticker out there with the money on it. It's got the
Yeah,
rabbit on there running.
Okay.
It's on
so
the
that
toolbox
was,
something.
you know, that was something I've done. But again, listening to Bob and you and various other people talking about mock-ups, you know, where they get a stance set somewhere. I think the great primer that you were talking about, spraying with that's a big thing.
It is.
Because it does. You know, you'll see your little sinkholes or you know, little places that you should have sanded that you didn't sand.
Right.
Okay, I mean, you pick those things up. I wanted to back up to something. I didn't mention I love 3D printing, and my models, and I will buy. I can't tell you the amount of 3D stuff I've purchased lately.
It's
You know,
changing.
headers
the
and,
hobby,
and carburetors and you know, stuff like that. But it just the mock-up portion's a big thing.
I agree. Mr. Bob.
Well, the first thing I do is I take it right out of the box, right into a tub of simple green.
Oh, you
And
watch everything.
I soak it. The trees, everything. I don't take anything off the trees because then you don't lose anything. And then I take it out. I take it up and dry it, or wash it with Dawn dish soap. I bring it back down and tap off the main water up and throw it in the dehydrator for a couple hours,
Take off the rest.
and that gets everything dry. Then I'll come back and sometimes I'll assemble some of the engine blocks and some of the stuff that I can paint still without. And then I prime it all. You know, I use anywhere from Mr. Hobby or primer from
Surfacer
Hobby
or
Lobby,
whatever,
the
yeah.
Surfacer stuff, or Tamiya.
Yep.
I'm getting more into the Tamiya primer because it just flows out a lot nicer.
Right.
Then I'll give one coat of that, and I'll go over, find all the little imperfections, and fix what I can. Because you could put a little Bondo over that, or you could, you know, your spot putty. Get it all sanded smooth. Wash it again, because
Washing is key.
and then give it another coat of primer. Throw it in the dehydrator. Let it gas out, and I throw it in the dehydrator. Let it overnight or whatever. So I'm going to paint. Come out and give them the color, and back in the dehydrator. Forget about it. Start assembling. I'm like you. The paint's first. The body's getting done that way. I know that's going to be. I'm going to be handling that a lot more later.
Right.
And I don't
want it cured out.
And 9.5 fingerprints in a body don't look good.
Well, like I said, me and I use enamel. I want to make sure it's cured, so that gives me multiple days to build the model, and I know the paint's.
I've been
curing.
using more lacquer lately.
Yep.
But that is lacquer and enamel.
Gotcha.
But that's about it. That's my process there, pretty much. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it don't.
Yeah, I hear you. Paul, what's your take on that?
Well, I'll take my box and I'll cut it open and I'll lift the lid out and 1972 air. A lot of my stuff is old, so I gotta breathe that last good air, man, before it's gone.
no.
I'm like you guys. I'm like you. I take everything off the trees, still on the trees, and I soak everything. I soak with Awesome, and and I strip with Awesome. Phil got me hooked on a deal with, and I think I told you guys about it the other day. Get a sealed container if you got a strip paint, and put it in Awesome. Seal it up. Set it over your register about yay high, so the air can flow, and let that heat work on that Awesome, and it'll help strip that really easy.
That's going to be a good thing.
You know what works there good there too that I just picked up listening to my son-in-law is you do that the containers, but you take one of the same container and you drill a bunch of holes in it, and then you
put all your parts in,
and then you put your Totally Awesome or whatever medium you're using. You put it in the one with the holes in it. You set that in the one that's got all the liquid in it, and then when you lift it out, you're not sitting there searching, because some of my stuff gets so dirty in that. But it really is it's like a strainer.
If you dump it in the one with all the holes in it, how do you keep it in it until you get it in the one without the holes in it?
Well, you just put you put it in the
you got a little backwards on your
Did I say it backwards?
Yes,
you did.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
That's all right.
It's understandable.
More editing.
Well, I know this.
You didn't get it yet.
Oh, we're gonna leave that.
I learned a long time ago. Don't strain or clean in the sink.
Oh God!
Who's taking their sink trap apart
that
to get
P
parts
trap
out?
doesn't go.
I got the wife reaching down in the garbage disposal because I forget to put the trap in there. Honey,
Yeah.
let me.
That's how you lost your finger.
I do want to
He
say
only did
that
it once.
one other thing that I do is I'll wash all my parts like you say. They're still on the trees.
yeah,
And I go through my chrome tree and I cut all my chrome off my trees that I don't want chrome. Okay, I do it at this time, and I use myself. I got a little tub of ammonia. I strip with ammonia.
okay.
Everybody uses different stuff, and everybody has their own.
Now, I had to say, I like how you guys are talking about leaving everything on the tree.
Yes.
Because I only do the body, but I think I need to start doing it because I had a Mobius kit one time. I had the engine put together. And I actually did a video on this a long time ago where I started painting the engine, and it fish-eyed on me like crazy.
Yeah.
There was so much grease or whatever on that.
Sometimes
And it was it was horrible. I had to completely strip it, and it turned into a mess.
But because I do a lot of, like I say, funny cars and dragsters and stuff, and they don't need all the chrome, so I want to get that out of the way. It doesn't take long to do stripping chrome. No. I mean, 15, 20 minutes. But like Tony said the other day, Mobius has this crazy good chrome, and if you're wanting, I haven't wanted to strip any of theirs, but I'm just saying if you did, you better take a good day to strip it because I guess they're crazy good.
Yeah.
But I'll do that. And as far as priming, I do prime. I'm like you. I'll prime it, and I'll use a little gray primer to see what's going on. Lately, I have been misting a little bit of black over it,
Guide coat,
and then that
Just
way
to
you
guide
can
it,
just
see where you're at.
especially over my exhaust pipes.
Right. Yeah, we were just talking about that. So.
I'm sorry, Tom. I just gotta throw that out there.
It's all right. You don't see the bottoms of the model anyway. I don't give a shit if there's a mold line on an exhaust pipe.
That's what mirrors are for.
Not on the mine.
Oh, shit.
Mirrors are for shaving.
He doesn't have one for that either, obviously.
I don't even use a mirror to shave. I shave in the shower.
I'm not going to say anything.
Shave in the shower. Sure do.
You got soap in your eyes once, didn't you?
What? Soap in my eyes? Yeah. More than once.
Yeah, for me, I wash the bodies and stuff. I'm kind of like Craig. I don't really wash the chassis very often.
No, I don't.
And
Very rare.
one of my first stages after that is just sub-assemblies. Get the rear axle all together, get as much of the front suspension as you can. Anything you're going to paint an entire bottom on, just put it all together.
Right.
You know.
That's something I have to throw out there. I I do a lot of mock-up. You know, I'll make sure I like test fit some parts, especially before paint. You know, just to make sure they fit and you know, just like you're saying, Craig. Just
before paint.
Oh yeah, definitely before paint. So mock-up is key to a nice build. You know,
or if you're bare metal foil, and then the window comes in from the outside, and it's a little bigger now.
Yeah, the Oldsmobile up there. That's how that one goes.
Yeah.
The window don't fit now. What the heck?
With scratch building, it's all mock-ups.
Oh yeah, that's mock-up city there. Yeah, for sure.
For me, it's what question are we even talking about?
Prepping.
No swearing.
Prepping, mock-ups, priming.
For me, I like to, you know, first thing I do is open the box and, you know, take a good old whiff of the air inside, you know, make sure you get that nostalgia wrapped up in it, because that's why we do it. I like to go through it. I don't need to read the directions anymore. I use the directions, don't misunderstand me, but I don't need to read them and make sure that I understand exactly what I'm doing. So I look over the directions, I go through it, and I take out pieces that I don't need. A lot of kits come with parts that you're not going to use. I take only the parts that I need for what I'm going to build, and I'll go wash them. Some stay on the tree, some don't. It doesn't matter to me. I've lost parts and I found parts, so I do go wash everything, bring it back. I use the heck out of my dehydrator, like to help burn out the water. Then I will take and I'll start assembling halves, engine halves, seat halves, anything like that I can put together and pre-assemble. Sand out mold lines. Sometimes I prime everything before I wash it again. Sometimes I just do the body and then go through, make sure you wet sand, wash again, dehydrate, and wash, rinse, repeat, so to speak. So that's my first step. And once I have it determined that I've washed everything and then I know what I'm going to use, I pull everything off the trees and attach 2 sticks and then start the paint process. That's how I like to start it.
Hey, let me ask one. Tell us your favorite tool.
My favorite tool is right here.
All right, so the next question we want to talk about is what technique are you currently trying to improve on, and what is your favorite tool at the bench that you just cannot live without?
Okay, technique. What was that? Was the favorite technique?
What is your technique you're trying to improve on?
Yeah. Trying to improve on. I might have to think on that one just for a second.
Where's the top 12? I mean, do we really want this guy improving anything?
All right. So my biggest improvement, I would say, is engine detail. I don't detail my engine. I don't even finish. So you guys see a model at the show. You know, a lot of times the hood's closed. It's because the engine's not even finished. It's probably don't have radio. It probably don't have an engine. I don't know. But I don't finish a lot of engine. I need to improve on that. You know, especially being as a mechanic, you think I'd like, hey, that's the easy part for me. I don't. Maybe it's just because I've seen too much of it. I don't know. But that's my least worry is the engine. Sometimes when I do get on it, I will detail it really good, but I do need to improve on engine building better. Like finish, I should say finishing it. It's not really the building part, but I need to finish it. Other than that, trying to pin parts better. Mirrors, things like that. I need to learn to do that more because I forget about it until I'm painted and I'm thinking, oh, I should have pinned that mirror, because now I'm trying to put the mirror on, and yeah, it's Nightmare City. So especially once glued, and that's what I need to improve on is learning how to pin parts better or do it more and finish the engine. Come on, that's me.
I don't have one specific thing. That's why I wanted to do this in the questions, because I want to learn, continue to learn. You know, what do they say? You stop learning, you die. All right. Well, I want to learn. You know, from you your techniques, or from you, or from anybody. Okay, and not one specific thing. Do I want to better myself? Heck yeah, I want to better everything I'm doing, and if there's a better technique than what I'm doing, I may be doing something wrong. The tool that I couldn't live without, my airbrush. I
forgot to throw that in there. See, that's where my ADHD goes nuts. You know, so I'm going to back that up just for a minute.
So come back to myself, because I forgot to answer that half the question. One of my favorite tools, and we were actually just had a little in-house discussion about this, is my dehydrator. That is one of my favorite tools, other than obviously, like Craig was just saying, the airbrush. but my dehydrator is probably my top thing that is on almost every time I'm in here. That is running like nonstop. So,
You know, they've got so many other tools that you can pick up now. You know, the sanders, the drills, the polishers, and everything. But I tell you, I really rely on my airbrush so much.
yeah, oh, yeah.
I think it's just, I've got 8 different airbrushes. I got 3 of them that I've never even tried. You know, and it just, why I'm buying them, I have no freaking clue, to be honest with you. But, you know, I do like the KREG'S because of the trigger.
Yeah, I like trigger.
And I know the Black Widow's got the trigger, and I know, what is it?
Gallery.
The Gallery's got
Gallery's
the trigger.
Yeah,
You know, all
swallowtail,
those,
yeah.
you know, the trigger, my fingers aren't, you know, operating like I'd like them to operate. So that's why I like the trigger so much,
TG up there
so
also.
much better.
The gray handle TG.
Okay,
There you
my
go.
turn, huh?
Your turn.
Technique I'm trying to get better at is my painting, my finishes. All the way from the color to the clear coat. I think that still is I still have problems with dirt nubs and this, because if it's not smooth as glass, I'm not happy with it, and then I start sanding, and the next thing you know, I'm repainting.
Right.
So that's where I just have to get my environment, I guess, cleaner and better. And I like your idea with the lint brush now.
Yeah, lint rollers. There you go.
The tool I can't live without, I think, is one, my visor with the magnifying.
Yeah, it's the other tool I can't live without these.
Probably now my spray booth and airbrush, because I used to rattle can, and I got a supply of rattle cans that a graffiti artist will love. But
See, the thing, how many rattle cans do you see in here?
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I got maybe 2 in here. Well, there's some old.
yeah, I see some primer
Testers
cans.
down
Oh, you got
but-
primer
Yeah.
down there, but that's
Yeah.
But
That's
that
about it.
I still rattle can a lot of my primer. I don't.
Yeah,
I
primer,
don't. I don't.
rattle can primer.
I don't decan it. I still have the little bottles of primer that I'll mix up.
I usually buy the stuff from Hobby. I still buy Hobby primer.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
You know,
But yeah, the airbrush and the
And the
spray
airbrush
booth,
hobby.
and then of course the dehydrator is like a
so
necessity
behind
now.
Cody's that Kaleido primer. Want to grab that, Tony?
Oh, that's a water base.
This primer here is probably the best.
be used on all multiple mediums, though.
You can use that. That's straight drip into the airbrush,
That you
Okay.
can use that under everything.
and you
yes.
can put it on everything.
But it's water based. You
It's
got to clean it with
water-based.
So
water.
whether it's
You need
acrylic
to-
lacquer,
they're
acrylic-
cleaner.
Their stuff
know,
gives you
okay.
a thinner and a
Okay.
cleaner you can use. But that stuff you can cover red with 2 passes, and it's not no seam bleed.
Oh, okay.
It covers
Red.
red. That is the best primer I've used to date. It works.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I will let
I'm
you
gonna
use.
have to
I will
order
let
some
you
of
use
that.
some of that.
'Cause
Where are you getting
red
the
is
Kaleido?
crazy.
You can get online right at Kaleido.com. Gallery. It's through Gallery.
Okay.
So
I,
that is
okay.
my favorite to cover.
Okay,
everything.
I
Raining the
like
squirrel here.
gallery
Yeah, we're
stuff,
squirrel
but
time
I
again.
did not know that would cover red.
That covers red.
Wow.
You're up, Paul.
No tomorrow.
All right,
Technique are you working
technique. Well, last year
Favorite tool?
my technique I wanted to improve on was I wanted to start airbrushing because I've been at rattle canning everything. Last year was not a good year for me, health wise. So this being the new year, so this is going to be my year. I'm going to do it again.
This is where
So
it all starts.
I'm going to start it again. So I'm going to try to do airbrushing. So I bought a nice gallery gun. I've got a lot of paints now, so I'm going to try this. I'm all new. I started 30 years ago airbrushing, got away from it, and so I want to learn that. Favorite tools I can see right now is going to be an air dryer. That's coming up. I got to get one. But my tool on the bench that I cannot live with is, and it looks like you have one here, and that is the hobby knife that is big and fat.
It doesn't roll away.
It doesn't roll away, and I've got arthritis, and I'm telling you, these big handle
So this one's nice
jobs.
too, but even the top, it won't let it roll.
Yeah, but it's too narrow.
But these are smaller.
That's why,
that is
and
my go-to one all the time.
I need the big one that I can hang on.
Well, I was saying the old Exacto knife.
That big one you can hang on to, you know. Not used
If I
to that.
drop it,
They're saying the old Exacto knife. You sit there and just put a rubber band around it. That's going to prevent it from
Oh yeah.
right,
Roll in circles.
right.
rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's holding on to it for me because
Yeah.
I'll start cramping up. My fingers actually start cramping up after a while.
At least
And-
you feel. I can't even feel anything.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And why that is such a tool for me is because you could drag behind it and clean up,
Yeah.
mold lines on your
Sure.
exhaust
Yes,
systems or
multi-purpose
whatever.
tool.
Exactly.
You can even see what
He just
color
hit
you
it.
are inside.
Yeah, he's older than us, so he's got a little bit more experience with some things.
Yeah. So that's about it for me.
Phil, what's your take on
What was that?
Definitely be paint.
What was that?
It's your car. I'm gonna bleed all
Got to
over.
get more where I got more shine and polish and stuff
Paint
like
work.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as tools, right now it seems to be my little bench drill I got, drill press.
I saw that when it was over there. That thing is awesome.
That little thing is just fun to play with. Take it out of the thing and use it as just a hand drill to drill through parts. Spark
So Bob,
plugs.
so you guys to let you know, we were at Phil's a
It's-
month ago or so.
Yeah.
He got this little drill press.
The
And
little aluminum
it's a
one?
mini drill press.
Yeah, it's only about that tall.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. 'cause
Got a
that
little
thing's-
like half-inch
Yeah.
Yeah.
motor
we-
about that long. Them things
Yeah.
work great.
Oh,
Yeah, you
The
see
only
the
problem
guys-
is the drill bit.
I've seen some of the guys.
The shank's not the same size as a lot of the other ones, and they won't adapt.
Okay.
So you got to kind of check
Always
that
that
out when you
one
get it.
thing. Just that one thing.
Other than that, it's a great tool. Works
So
really
you're
good.
using it as
For
like a Dremel type of thing?
Yeah, of sorts. You can use
You
it like a
can
Dremel,
handle
or
it.
you can actually put a piece in a little drill press and pull it down with your hand and put holes where you want them, and it doesn't walk away.
Why I asked that is because I love my Dremel, but it's too big sometimes,
I have a Dremel with the wire. the
and I do
cord on
too,
it,
and I do too.
But it's bulky. you know.
Yeah, it's still it's cumbersome trying to make the
bulky.
bend and stuff like that.
It's bulky.
So for me, the techniques that I've been trying to get better on, it's not just one, it's a few. And like Craig said earlier, he wants to learn techniques from everybody and what everybody does. And that's great, but there are things that I'm trying to get better at as being a better modeler. And one of the things is that we talked about earlier is about mock-up. You know, I'm not the best at mocking up. I'm not the best at putting I know what I want it to look like, but how do I get it to look like that? So I'm trying to do that a little bit better. Paint. A lot of people with assembling the model isn't hard, but making it look the way you want it to look, that's what's hard. And so for me, painting has gotten to the top of my wish list of getting better. And in doing that, I've acquired a few tools, and the best tool that I've acquired is this right here. This is the Gallery Swallowtail, right? And why, you ask? Is it so special? Is that little doohab right there. See this thing right here? You can use it like a real spray gun. That for me has changed model building. I have an airbrush that has the traditional style like that, right? The finger. But if you've ever used one for a while, that becomes a problem. Right? I think that'd be great, but no, it cramps up and it's bad.
That's gonna be edited.
Don't edit that out. So for me, sorry.
I saw it coming.
Take two.
What?
Take two.
Suck up.
Who?
You're getting sharper at your old age, aren't you?
Oh gosh, I love you guys. This is great. This has been a lot of fun. I hope this part stays, but this has been a lot of fun. For me, it's been that, right? And it's not just painting, it's the final finish in the assembly. And what it is it what makes the model look good. And the best paint job in the world can look great, but if your bare metal foil looks like crap, then how good is the paint job? If you put a big fingerprint in the middle of the windshield, what good is the paint job, right? So final assembly is more important to me than putting a good paint job on it. Final assembly can make a okay paint job look really good. Bad final assembly can make a very good paint job look not so good. And the tool that I can't live without, I definitely have to agree with Paul. It's my knife. I can do a lot of things without my knife, but I can't do anything. Sorry, let's back up a little bit. There's a lot of things that you can do with your knife, and which makes it probably the most versatile tool on my bench. So besides my airbrush, it's my knife.
We just pulled some random tools out. So these are kind of your basic tools every modeler needs. I mean, everybody build models. This is what you should have in front of you, at least. The drill, okay, you can get by without that, but and maybe even the pivots, but everything else I believe is a must for every builder.
All right, we'll do one more question.
So the last question I think that maybe we should end this up with is, I think it's a question that we've all answered at one point in time, and it's something we've all put a lot of thought in, and especially sitting at our bench. This is a lonely hobby, and most of what you do is going to be by yourself. So we put a lot of thought into this, and we definitely get nostalgia, and we start thinking about why. Why do we spend so much time in these rooms? Why do we build models? What is it that makes this hobby so important and special to you?
So with that, a lot of that for me is the wind down from the day. To me, this is relaxing. It's a getaway. It's just my get out of everyday life type thing. And I just enjoy it. And I like being creative with what I can do with the model. Because a lot of these model kits is like, a lot of it's a work of art, just a piece of your own. Because I should say there's some models I was like, I don't know.
Every model build is an interpretation of somebody's art.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and it's how you have fun with it. And to me, it's a relaxing, just a relaxing thing. That's why I like building models. And I like to see how I can make something look, I accomplished this, and I like to take it to shows. I like to show people what I did. I'm not building them to be like, ooh, I'm going to be the best guy. I mean, everybody wants to build it as nice as you can, but I build it for me, and I build it just, I enjoy it. It's just, I like being out here and building. It's just very relaxing for me. I come out here, I turn the radio on, and, I'm usually out by myself, and it's very relaxing. So that's my biggest thing. It's the wind down from the day. And I started building when I was a kid with my dad. So the hobby has always stuck with me. And it's just, so a lot of it also is, it's childhood memories. Because like most of us in this room, we all built kits as a kid. And it's just things that takes you back, especially as you get older. And it's just, it keeps you young, it's
Leave us with something.
So Craig, what's your take on that?
Creativity plays a big role, but I think the reason I like doing it is because I'm building something that, God, I really wish I had that in 1-to-1.
There you go.
I mean,
something.
Could I do this? If I got a 442, would I want to put what kind of wheels I want? What would look good, or do I want to put headers on it, or stuff like that? Is it something that I would love to have and drive around with? Okay, not to show off, but I just think to me it would feel cool,
right?
And I think that's why I've gotten
just that real thing in miniature.
Yeah. And my dad was a pilot, and I started building model airplanes, and for whatever reason, I've always loved cars, always loved them, and I remember we used to bet 64 GTOs. I mean, that was a thing. He supposed he was going to owe me 12 64 GTOs. That's that type of thing. For whatever reason, that stuck in my mind, and it does bring back memories with your family and stuff like that too.
Absolutely.
What was the question again? The filibuster over here. I got lost. Why do we do this?
Build models. Why you enjoy it?
I started when I was really young. I found a model kit at my aunt's house, and I talked my cousins into giving it to me, and I was hooked. And every chance I had, I used to take my allowance and put them on layaway up at the True Value in our town, and pedal my bike up there. And they knew exactly who I was walking in the door. I'd go up the stairs to the model area and hand the gal my money up there, and she'd write it off the piece of paper, and then next thing you know, that's where the collection starts too. They're easier to collect than 1-to-1s. They're easier to work on than 1-to-1s.
Yeah,
a little bit cheaper. And like we both said, we could build it the way we envision our car would be sitting in the driveway. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Tony's has mentioned that to me before. Like, out of your builds, what would you like to have in your driveway right now?
Oh yeah.
Probably every
You know,
one of them.
just
Well, what's sitting on the shelf in my garage, my '64 Impala.
right.
So
69 Ford short bed.
I think a 71 or a 70.
Well, let's see. I'm right there with you guys. It's family childhood memories. I mean, that's it for me. My older brother got me started. I remember him 69, 70 is when he kind of introduced me to it. Dad had a white picket fence in the backyard, and every once in a while there was a 4x4 post on that picket fence, and it was about waist high. So I'd take my model car body and I'd set it on that 4x4 post, right? And I'd go out there and I'd spray paint it on that post. And then I'd go in the garage and I'd grab his white paint and paint the top of that thing, you know, so nobody'd see, you know. That's what I remember. That's the kind of stuff that gets me, you know.
Good.
So when I'm sitting there at the house, and you know, now both my brothers are gone, and I could tell you a bunch of different stories of what we would do, and so I'm always there by myself now, and that's why I build now, is to bring all those memories back.
Sure, a lot of us build because of that.
Yeah, because it's fun,
and sometimes I wonder if that's why a lot of the youth isn't into it as much as like certain age.
Exactly, and I always kept saying it's because we've got all the old style and they're not putting out new stuff. I can't say that now because Round 2 and all those guys, they're punching out some really cool new stuff, you know.
New tooling.
And so the kids nowadays, they just need to be introduced to it, and that probably is going to be up to us. I guess
that is up to us. So. Exactly.
Look how many of those cars though. I mean, all the SUVs look almost exactly alike.
Yeah.
All the sedans look almost.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, you used to be able to tell what was coming at you
at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's like, is that a cop or is
There's
that?
always a game to recognize a car by the taillights.
Really,
yes,
the kids
or
nowadays,
grill or
if I would
something,
have to guess, they're not going to want to build an SUV. They're going to want to build. Help me out, Phil. The supercars.
Back even when I was in
Lamborghinis
school,
and Ferraris.
Well, no. What
you
you
had a lot
got?
of 60s
Little Nissan
cars.
350.
Yeah, like you
Nissan
say today, I don't want to
350,
build my minivan. I mean,
Right.
That's what they grew up with.
Right.
But they also.
You ever price a minivan model kit? Good gracious.
Plus, they don't want to build a '57 Chevy.
Right, because that's not something that they
Right.
They didn't grow up with.
So
Like
the age group gap is it's the generation thing.
Well, unless they've seen a movie
like.
that's really
even
like Hollywood Nights. You know, my oldest boy just couldn't.
Or a lot of the
He
younger
always
kids,
wants to build that Cobra.
Like the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
You know, they like
That's
build
the tuner cars,
the tuner cars and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just inspiration things that they
Slow and angry movies.
I call them slow and serious.
They're Phil's favorite.
Not quite, but yeah. For me, it's like it's been said, a lot of times it's just a way to relax. Get out of the real world and into something else.
Wind
down.
Yeah. But it all boils down to just the love of cars and stuff too. And that's why I got into it. I'm kind of with Paul. My brother started me, so it brings back them memories too.
Yeah. So I started building my dad.
My answer is going to sound a lot like everybody else's. You know, why are we here? What are we doing? Why do we do this? I grew up as an every other weekend kid, so I would spend every other weekend with my dad. And on Friday, on the way home to his house, our first stop would be at Kmart. That's right, Kmart. And we would go to the model aisle, and I would get to pick a model. And that's what I would spend my weekend doing, was putting model together with my dad. That memory, that's what keeps me in the model building. That's why I build it. Okay, that's why I love these things the way that I do. Why do I build them today? Well, it's a lot to do with coming home from work and relaxing. There's nobody in my model room asking me questions. There's nobody in my model room telling me what to do. That's mine. I do what I want down there. That's the relaxation is the most, right? It's not that I can't it's that I don't have the tools and the ability, the space and that to build one-to-ones. And somebody alluded to earlier, this is a lot cheaper than building a real car. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for me, it's the nostalgia ties to my dad. It's the creative outlet. It's the alone time. And it's being able to replicate what I want. You know, how do I want my 69 Ford short bed to look, right? How do I want my Mustang to look, right? And I want to end on just, this has been one of the funnest things that I've ever done when it comes to modeling. All of it. But this question here, listening to all these stories, we could have done a whole 2-hour video on just these stories alone. So I'm trying not to get all super sappy and emotional. This has been a lot of fun today. And I hope we all get to do it again sometime.
Oh, I do too.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. I really, really appreciated it. I'm going to make the whole YouTube real sick real quick.
We'll do the round and round. So we thought we'd throw some quick questions together. We had our 2 guests here from the show yesterday. They're from Illinois. They stayed the night in Saginaw, so they weren't too far. So we figured we'd throw a quick video together just to do some comments and questions. And we had a lot of fun. And I had to edit a lot of this out of here. So we should have left the camera running for a lot of things.
Good thing we did.
So maybe there's some censorship in there. So try to keep it a little, family friendly, and all that kind of fun stuff. But other than that, we're going to end this real quick on.
Other than that, that's what I was saying.
Other than that, that's my.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That other than that, I have one last thing I would like to throw into this thing.
One more.
We're going to have a drinking game called Other Than That. Every time Craig says Other Than That, you take a shot.
To Craig's right, there is a model I brought in tonight, or today, to show off a little bit.
Here, hold on.
Craig is the main reason I built that model. Because of his rusted out. That's why that truck's going to stay here now.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know you're gifting that to me.
That's going to sit next because his truck's in retirement now.
My truck is in
retirement.
retirement.
That was built for that truck, and the little thing we said was what 53 years of Michigan weather will do to your truck.
Cool.
From new to now.
Well, thank
So
you
Craig,
very
that
much.
is yours.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I enjoy watching your videos. I've learned a lot. The friendship, the whole 9 yards. So.
Well, thank you very much for that. That was awesome. I was totally not expecting that. I was kind of wondering why you brought it in here, but that is awesome. So I am, like I say, my truck is now retired.
Right.
So the show, it was at Saginaw. That was the last time. And I only brought this because I knew Bob was bringing his truck to the show. So that is the only reason I brought this here. And that is totally awesome. I was not expecting that. So thank you very much.
No, you're more than welcome.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Thanks for everything you do
So
for the
that's
hobby, along
super
with
cool.
teaching me something every time I watch you.
And the friendship that we've created over the last couple of years. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. That's why I like. That's another thing I like about doing YouTube is you get to meet a lot of people. Go to shows, guys. Like say, going to the model shows. I met Craig at Wisconsin, and
Actually,
at Detroit,
Yeah.
right?
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
And then Acme again.
And then Acme again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get to meet a lot of people along the way, and it's amazing. And you create new friendships, and everybody's like-minded. And, just like Tony across the way, met him in Detroit, and, we're good friends. So it's just, you meet a lot of people as you go. And it's just, you pick up ideas. I bounce stuff off from everybody, from how I build things. And
Well, you're not afraid of answering questions that people ask you either.
Right.
And that's helpful to the hobby.
Yeah, I mean, just it's a learning experience for everybody. That's why I look at it. So,
If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't know none of you people.
exactly. So YouTube
Exactly.
it brings the family together. So it's a great platform.
That's how I found the club that I'm in.
Yes.
I just happened to see after the meeting little video they put up, and it's like, where are they?
Right.
Guys, I want to introduce you. This is Bob Peterson. He's going to be new to YouTube, and he's going to
Soon to
start
come.
a channel here very soon. So we'll throw some info out on that.
No pressure.
So we'll throw some
What else
info
you
on
can
that
do?
once he gets going. And so be looking up for his videos. He has some amazing builds and great quality builds, award-winning builds.
Yes,
so let's run with that.
And we won't go any further than that, Craig.
No, we won't.
Don't forget to check out Styrene Relics and Horton's Hot Rods.
Yes, we
Yes.
have Paul from Styrene Relics, and we have Phil from Horton's Hot Rods. so you guys know their channels. I'll leave links in the description below for everybody's channel here, and we'll run with that. So other than that, we're going to wrap this up. There's other... That is one of my favorite words. Other than that, that means one more time. Please hold.
Please hold. 30 seconds later.
Taking questions from the viewers now.
All right.
Priceless.
Other
This
than
has been a
that,
blast.
Other than that, yes, okay, we are going to do some real quick your thoughts on the show.
let's do that as a separate video.
Oh, you want to do a separate video?
Let's do
Okay.
that separate video.
All right. So, other than that, guys.
Other than that,
He's going to be gun shy now.
I always got to think about it.
so don't say it.
Okay. we're
It doesn't work.
gonna wrap
It
this
doesn't
up.
work.
We're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for stopping out today. It's been awesome. It's been really fun.
Thank you.
And Tony come over earlier to help me clean my room up because it was trash. So I'm not gonna say it. So we're gonna wrap this up and go from there. So appreciate everybody and stopping out, and it's been really fun. So we'll catch you guys on the flip side. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching the channel, and we will see you in the next video or the next model show coming up. You guys have a good one.
bye.
Over and out.